Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Yawasop. Coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Ha RAWCHAA. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, I'm going to say double honors to my elders, the apostles of the great millstone who do teach and rule well. I'm going to say peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. And say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, to whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. That's the brother Yawasop. Again, I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shai. My lesson was supposed to be something completely different. You know, I actually was going to do a lesson based off this video, off this one economist, but through the Spirit, it's kind of switched. So, this through Ha RAWCHAA, it's basically through the Spirit, because I listened to two videos this morning, and it was spiritual because, I did like a video based on, I don't know what camp this brother in or who this brother is, but, I salute that brother. I think his page is like Qadar Ban Yahawada, if I'm not mistaken, or Quam Salakia. But nonetheless, matter of fact, if I find this page, I did a video on this video. Qadar, yeah, right. GMS Qadar Ban Yahawada. And it said 10, so he went through 10 pages. But that brother was in the Spirit. I need to say it in video because that brother's a great speaker, great orator, and that ain't just the main thing about the truth. But you gotta. I forgot where it's at in the scriptures, but it talks about the power behind the dynamo. One of the things that attracts a lot of brothers to other brothers' pages, and how brothers win influence is being able to speak or orate well. The use of words and whatnot. That's why these things that you got to perfect in your arsenal. I was just listening to the video that the elder apostle, the beloved elder apostle Tahar did when he was going into Acts. He was going into a lot of different things, but basically he was doing a commentary off of a video of a Kakari. And long story short, I just did a video based on because it was just through the Spirit. That brother GMS Qadar Ban Yahawada, was going into when you get offended and leave or get kicked out or whatever, the truth doesn't stop. Because if it stops, then you never truly believe. You got to understand how dire serious this thing is. And I remember the elder apostle Tahar making a statement. He said if everybody fell out and went back into the world, he would still continue to push the truth by himself. And that's a powerful statement to make. And you see people make statements, and then you kind of look at them sideways. Like I remember the elders said that about the elder Apostle Kabar in Arabla. He was like, kind of side eyes look at them. Sometimes, And I was like, damn, that's deep, because ultimately, the scriptures talk about seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Like the brother in Chicago made a statement, which is true. You got to understand when to apply these things, and when, and that all comes from growth. But he was saying how, this ain't just about you, it's about a brotherhood, which it is. And he's absolutely right. That's why you got to be concerned about what you do, because we're a reflection of the elders. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a nigga that just knows some scriptures, because the thing is, a nigga that knows scriptures, you may sound good, but when it comes time to apply the scriptures, do you do that? You got to remember, this thing got to be a perfect work. You get what I'm saying? You could quote all the precepts until you fucking, it sounds like a rap song, Yeah, you could quote all the precepts you want, but if you're not living the scriptures, that don't matter, And every man's test is a different test, you know what I'm saying? But the elder brother Michael Allah from Ancient of Days, I met that brother. I salute that brother. He, I spoke on some things, because at the end of the day, I never saw myself being out the camp, but I never saw myself falling out the truth either. And, certain Jake look at it like, well, as long as because the thing is, that's why you salute other camps that teach the same like-minded doctrine, and you can't change the doctrine. We salute the men, but they may not be of GMS, but then when a man loses the truth, Salakia leaves the camp, because you got men that lead the camp and you got men that lead the truth, and there's two different things. But like I said again, scripture, because we, like our first head, he was very well, I can say austere. He could be though, but the brother, he was really like a loner. You know what I mean? To the point where he probably got uncomfortable being around other brothers. Like he would never fellowship, and then basically the camp was given to the brother that was the most like brotherly brother. You know, so and everybody's taking like that was the spirit. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna speak as a man. When the brother got a fiery temper, so I was like, well, he probably ain't gonna be able to handle, that role because his fiery temper. But he basically somebody broke something down to me, and I seen him pretty much been able to like be humble. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to cuss a motherfucker out. It's hard to be patient with people. So with that all being said, he was saying, okay, will you continue to hold your... I think the lesson by the brother Michael Allah was something along the lines of, what does it say? Will you keep the faith win? He was pretty much, because he was like, if you're looking at it through the spirit, we about to come to a heavy spirit of persecution. And like I said, when Vocab visited our camp, that's immediately what I thought after everything transpired. It was heavy spirits in the air. And I know this not just because I sensed it through the spirit, but another brother actually made mention of this too. You gotta remember, just because a brother in the truth don't mean that spirits don't jump on them. I can speak on a personal, testimony. I have had times where I said I was gonna fast, and then one of the brothers comes and say, let's drink this bottle. Now you tempted through a brother. So, again, I'm not upset at nothing. If anything, maybe I deserve all this, but ultimately I recognized it for what it was. This is my lot. This is my test. And like I said, I didn't get nervous or it made me smile because I was like, well, damn, I don't know what the Lord about to do next. All I can ask is that the Lord keep my faith, And like I said, again, maybe I'm supposed to have had, just basically dealt with it and, learned to forgive the brothers, because it wasn't one brother, it was multiple. That's how many spirits was involved with the shit. But nonetheless, also sometimes brother, those feelings when brothers feel slighted or whatnot can consume you. It ain't no situation like where the one brother, I forgot what camp it was, brother said like, I think it's the brother in North Carolina, the elder brother Ashir, which I believe that brother came to Cleveland once. He made a statement about like sometimes brothers basically like they'll like have a meeting where brothers just air out anything that they bothered by or feel some kind of way, but every camp don't move like that. Just like you can't take the time to know what Jake doing outside of this. You got to trust that this man is doing what he's supposed to do. Can't nobody hold your hand in this thing. You got men that you have stood on the line with that gonna fold in the day of temptation, that hour of temptation. And the thing is, we don't know who that man is. We hope everyone's gonna pass the test, but we know if you thinking realistically, everybody's not. It's gotta be examples made. Everything in the scriptures is gonna be fulfilled to its full a lot. And I have some scriptures. I might not even have time to go into scriptures. I'm gonna bring out this because then the brother Sha'ar, the priest Sha'ar from Dallas, I met that brother too. That's how the Lord really was dealing, because, or hopefully he's still dealing, but how the Lord was really dealing, because you got I met a lot of brothers, like pretty much majority of the brothers that I named I met. But it says 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves, know ye not your own selves how that Ha RAWCHAA Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Let's go to that word reprobate. It says
Strong's G96 Adakimas.
It says not standing the test, not approved, properly used of metals and coins, that which does not prove itself, such as ought, unfit for unproved, spurious reprobate. And that elder brother GMS Kadar Bon Yahweh, he was saying, because he did a video, he was like he had to bring it out. It was a guy that basically once believed he was an Israelite, and he backslid to the point of saying he was a Christian again, and his whole mission in life now is to try to basically convert Jake back into Christianity. And the thing is, I was never into Christianity from the get-go. I mean, I believed in the scriptures, you know what I mean? But, so good luck with that. But the brother was going into like, how stupid this nigga look, and he's right. But you got to do Jake even consider that? And even the elder brother Michael Oliver was saying that, like, it was funny. It was just a lot of things I said that brother said too. So I was like, that's the spirit, because, he was like, and some of you Jakes just play too fucking much. Like, do you understand what we're involved in? Like, have you even took the time to think, well, what if the Lord put me in a situation where I'm cut off from brothers, and, I got to still stand on these, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, standing boldly with what I believe. And every man is not going to pass that test. And that's just the fact of the matter. Just like I said again, this thing, because, the kingdom of heaven is brothers, but at the same time, the scriptures tell you in 2 Philippians, seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And it made me think of when Ha RAWCHAA pretty much was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he had, the disciples with him, and he just wanted, his brothers to be with him, to have to, because he knew what was about to happen, but they didn't. And guess what? They all fell asleep on him. So he had to endure that himself. And we're all going to be, that was his hour of temptation. And we all going to have to basically endure our hour of temptation. So just understand what you're getting into, what you involved in, and examine, because you got Jake that don't think they doing nothing wrong or did nothing wrong. They didn't even take the time to examine. You might have slighted a brother, offended a brother, and I ain't talking about just easily offenses. Oh, the brother didn't say shalom to me or something. I'm talking about brothers do some wild shit sometimes. At the end of the day, I pray the Lord keep up his holy elect. And with that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam La Yahweh Bashim El Shah. With that, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yashar Allah, and Wathala Babor. Double honors to the elders and apostles. Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yashar Allah, and Wathala Babor.